Good afternoon. I want you guys to take a look at some of these clips. It's likely you have seen videos of so-called smash and grabs where people walk into a store, take as they please, then leave. Retail theft is on the rise in California, and retail theft actually affects us all, as a rise in theft is directly correlated to a rise in prices, which I will explain later. Now remember, I work at Food for Less, and I can say with 1000% clarity, every day I've worked there, someone has stolen something. With that said, today I'll be sharing a little bit about California's shoplifting problem and the steps we can take to overcome it. Now for some background, in 2014, Proposition 47 was passed, in which several nonviolent crimes and simple drug possessions were converted into misdemeanor offenses. Specifically for shoplifting, stealing anything under $950 is a misdemeanor, anything over that, a felony. But before Prop 47, the bar used to be at $450. Anything under $450 was a misdemeanor, anything over was a felony. Prop 47 was in response to California's overcrowded prisons. Overcrowded prisons are bad for a number of reasons. Insufficient medical care, poor living conditions, but most importantly, the cost factor. As noted by calmatters.org, it costs $106,000 to keep one inmate incarcerated for 1 year. So, Prop 47 attempted to alleviate these costs by releasing its lower level offenders. And to be fair, Prop 47 was successful in reducing the prison population. And it saved California roughly $600 million since 2014, noted by the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice. And as many as 40,000 people have received some sort of substance, mental, or housing aid as a result of Prop 47, which no doubt is a positive outcome. But there's another side to that coin: theft. As noted by the Public Policy Institute of California, the commercial robbery and commercial burglary rates are skyrocketing all throughout California. Just so you're aware, all robbery means is with a lethal weapon. You guys know theft. Burglary is like theft, stealing from the store, and then robbery is just with a lethal weapon. It's actually funny because there's an odd relationship here. Obviously, thefts don't want to go to prison, but prisons don't want them either. They don't want to spend $100 grand to keep a low-level offender incarcerated for a year. And it's precisely this odd relationship that has caused thievery to skyrocket in California. But how much does California lose to shoplifting each year? It can't be that much, right? Well, it turns out last year in 2022, retailers lost over $5 billion to retail theft, as noted by CapitalOneShopping.com. Now, truth be told, there's no way to get a consistent number. There's so many variables, but there's a consensus agreement among experts that California is losing more and more to retail theft each year. But how does this pertain to us? After all, aren't these multi-billion-dollar companies that can really afford to incur these expenses? Well, actually, no. 38% of retail businesses and 46% of small businesses noted they had to raise their prices specifically due to shoplifting. And in Target's Q1 earnings this year, they noted they lost $500 million to shoplifting. 200 of that coming just from California, per Yahoo News. Now, all you guys know, inflation is making prices go out of control, and it appears that theft is only fanning the flames of this already massive fire. So not only are you paying more for inflation, but more because of theft as well. But, so what's the solution to all this? I've shared a little bit about the problem, but what's the reality of this? Truth be told, there's no perfect solution. Everything has its flaws, but the solution I propose has 3 components. Number 1, Prop 47 needs to be repealed. Number 2, we need to change how we treat retail theft in California. And number 3, more needs to be done by stores to help the surrounding community. Let me elaborate a little bit. Prop 47 needs to be repealed. The money saved and the reduced crowding in prisons it's not worth unsafe shopping conditions and a massive spike in crime. To be more specific, the dollar amount needs to go back to $450, making the majority of these crimes into felonies again. which leads to the next part of my solution. How should we treat retail theft? Retail theft should be met with, most of the time, a felony offense. As noted, an anonymous ex-con was interviewed by the Sacramento Bee News, which he stated, part of the reason people were so afraid to steal before Prop 47 was the fear of incurring a felony offense. A felony offense follows you the rest of your life. It makes it harder to receive loans, get a job, and things like that. So if most of these thefts are met with a felony offense, it's likely that the felony aspect of it will help deter the mass retail theft like we're seeing today. And the other part of how we should treat retail theft is the prison aspect of it. I agree that we shouldn't overcrowd prisons, so I recommend we cut the minimum from 6 months of prison time to 3 months. So we have the felony aspect of it, and then 3 months. That'll help with the overcrowding aspect of prisons, because obviously we don't want to overcrowd them. And that leads me to my third part of the solution. Stores should do more to help protect and help aid the surrounding community. I believe stores should post signs and instructions on how to sign up for EBT, sign up for aid, and things like that. The most common thing I hear is that people are stealing out of necessity to feed themselves or their families. And I 100% empathize and believe that's the case for many people. So I suggest that stores post instructions and just how to sign up for aid or EBT. After doing some searching on my own and trying to figure out how to sign up for EBT, I did. And I actually did receive my EBT card. Maybe if more stores post how to sign up for these things, there will be less theft like we see now. Overall, retail theft is on the rise in California, and I hope that you guys are just aware of the situation. There's not much we can do legally right now to get Prop 47 struck down, but just to be aware of the situation and what's at hand.